Well, the UAAP games may be done and dusted for season 85, but we can't seem to get over some of the biggest moments in the return of collegiate sports, the full return of collegiate sports. Now, let's talk about those highlights with UAAP Executive Director Attorney Rebo Sagiza, again, UAAP President, Father Aldrin Suwan, CM. Great to have you with us. Congratulations on the season. Maraming salamat for bringing it all back. Father, I want to ask you first, kasi this was the first full season back para sa UAAP, not like what we had in the pandemic before, wherein not all the sports could come back. How did you feel na, okay, natapos na natin yung first full season, all the sports are back, everyone is back playing, and there was just so many smiles all around?
Actually, very thankful kami na it ended the whole season. Kasi at in the middle of the hosting, there's always ang fear na anytime COVID will come, will surge, na suddenly you will stop the tournament. So, assessing the whole year, good na all events were na-run through siya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, with no hitches.
With no other cancellation or postponement or whatever.
Right, because nung season 84, hindi pa nga tayo talaga full-blown.
Yeah.
And like what Father said, meron pa tayong mga restrictions, but this time around, nagawa natin lahat. No? So, Edie, tanong ko sa'yo, what were the learnings, I guess, na nadala natin dito sa season 85 that we can also bring forward to the next season of the UAAP?
Well, just be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game, no? Actually, to just clarify, no, when we started in 85, mahirap din mag-navigate because alanganin. Andun kami sa parang purgatorio, if you will, no? Parang may restrictions pa rin initially, so we had this initial setup na awkward, no? Na parang hindi mo alam kung saan ka lulugar.
Yeah.
But if you have a clear plan, no, and you consult the experts all the time and continuous meeting consultation, we can really pull this off. And we did, with flying colors, I must say.
And Edie, of course, you built on a lot of new things in terms of the season. Again, it's as if you didn't miss a beat because you did miss a couple of seasons because of the pandemic years.
Yeah.
But what can you build on? What can the UAP build on moving on to next season that you've done this season?
Well, like I said, yung importante dito pa rin yung consultation with the experts, hindi nawala yun, no? Kasi it was really a health scare. And then in continuous coordination namin, communication, and then avail ngayon that COVID has really made us realize the availment of siguro technology to make things more efficient, no? And put a premium pa rin on health. So those are the things that we have to really put attention on.
Right. Father Aldrin, itong UAAP, we saw a lot of athletes play. Marami rin nag-represent sa SEA Games. So what do you think yung impact ba ng pagbabalik ng collegiate sports overall in the country for these student athletes?
Ito nga, di ba, by the record, almost 73 current enrolled sa UAP schools participated sa Cambodia. I think that's, so far by history, that's the biggest number na from collegiate athletes. So talagang parang yung hunger nila to really to be into sports really nag-shine during the season 85.
Dip, we have a treat here because we have si Father and si Edie, both of them gave us a list.
Right.
It's their turn to be the analysts on the show and give us their opinions on what were the biggest highlights for them in the past season. So let's start off first with si Edie Rebo. You picked out a person in particular as one of your items here. Itong si Jerome Lastimosa, the People's Champ. Bakit siya the People's Champ?
Well, I still remember, nasa office kami noon. And I don't know if I really felt na Arneta parang umuugong from outside. And apparently, Ateneo and Adamson were both cheering MVP. And Jerome was, kikilabutan ka at the side of it. Ang nakakalungkot doon, babalik pa pala. So sabi mga father, hinog na si Jerome, mag-pro ka na.
Well, nakita na nga natin yan sa Gilas.
Right.
Again,
Yes.
Jerome Lastimosa, amazing, and still will be in the UAAP, bringing fear to everyone's hearts.
Alright.
Actually, all the ABMDs from other school urging Jerome to go pro. Encouraging him.
May staff tayo dito ng Lasal who's nearby who's saying the same thing. Oh.
And rightfully so, tama naman na may top moments kasi they were there all throughout, di ba?
Yes.
Si Edie and Father Aldrin. Lipat tayo sa top highlights naman ni Father Aldrin. Kakatapos lang ng volleyball season and ito unlikely mangyari siguro in how many years ulit mangyayari ito. But Father, you chose this moment, dalawang Rookie of the Year, nag-MVP rin at the same time in volleyball.
In the same calendar year.
Yes. Ang memory ko bilang bata ay si Benji Paras, di ba? Sa PBA. Siya yung RO, Rookie of the Year. Tsaka nag-MVP. Wala nang ibang history pa eh. Unlike yung last year, si Belen.
Yeah.
Yun, si Belen ng ROY at saka MVP rin sa'yo. Suddenly ito, for volleyball, mga young players, expectation natin only best among the first year pero competing na with the seniors. Parang very rare opportunity yun na having that kind of tournament.
Again, Canino and Belen, grabe, the generational talents almost are right one after the other.
And Ibanez in volleyball.
Joyce Ibanez.
Right.
Yes,
Absolutely. And there's just so much to look forward to and from these very young athletes. And of course, Father, I want to go on to the next one because we also have Ken Francis Hardin, who not a lot of people probably know of in general, who he ended up with 7 gold medals in high school athletics. And he's unassuming, and he was a highlight for you.
Yeah, unassuming kasi if you try to look at his build, talagang small guy lang. I'm taller than him, I think.
Yeah.
Parang smaller, but for him just competing with 7 events, all golds. 5 individuals and then 2 sa race.
Again, Ken
Talagang
Francis Hardin
from Iloilo.
from Iloilo, someone to look forward to again kasi high school, if I'm not mistaken. So still, I can't wait to see what he does in seniors and of course for flag and country later on.
Right, let's look at another moment ni Edie Rebo, no? Football always on the rise, especially with the Filipinas representing us in the World Cup.
Yep.
But here, in the UAAP ED, yung women's football din, no? Medyo umaangat tayo.
Right.
FE Women's Football Rookie of the Year, you chose that as your top moment.
Okay, just to clarify, hindi ko siya pinili kasi Rebo Sura ang surname. But I believe she was here. I don't need
Yes,
to...
she was, she was.
Iba yung storya pala. No? It's really rising above poverty. So it just gives us, the UAAP is more than sport. No? So yung story na from Payata. So that's really touching. And I was there. She scored the winning goal in the last 2 minutes of in the extended
Extra
period.
time, yeah.
So grabe yung game na yun. Father was there.
Yeah,
Grabe
Father
yung
was
excitement
there.
namin nun. So umuulan pa. So that was a moment. No?
Yeah, I was watching via Signal Play and cheering on for my Lasal, and she visibly broke my heart.
Yes.
We mentioned a couple of your other highlights, which was si Angel Canino and si Bella Balen in terms of yung ginawa nila this season. But then you also wanted to mention itong si Fifi Sharma. Yung Wolverine moment niya.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the clip though, but we were all there sa side, and when she did that, parang iba, alam niyo naman yung gesture niya, but I guess that also they were down, no, in game 2. I guess they were rising also. So iba yung expression ni Fifi. She was very it reminds me when I used to play, dahil yun lang kaya kong gawin eh. Mangangas lang eh. Wala mo lang akong galing. But it really stuck to me, no, yung ginawa ni Fifi, that Wolverine moment. No?
Right.
So, yeah.
And of course, other sports, hindi naman tayo focus lang sa basketball, volleyball, football. But we also have the rising and dancing as one in the ballroom formation competition. It was one of the latter parts of our events dito sa UAP. Can you tell us more about that competition?
Again, Father was there, and we said that this has potential. This may be the new cheer dance, no? And in fact, ang favorite part namin ni Father, yung nakahilera yung mga bata waiting for the winners to be announced. Good vibes, everybody was dancing. It was, I guess, expression of something. And they were just dancing together as one.
Yeah.
Kasama si Father. I have a clip. Dapat yun ang binigay ko.
Actually, yan din. We're
Ano
playing
ba?
the clip
Oh,
right
yun,
now. As we see the joy
Yeah,
in
and I was
everyone's
taping it.
faces.
Yeah,
Oo, pero sigurado, Edie, sumasayaw ka rin.
Ay, well, yeah.
But Father, again, seeing all of that and all of these stories, it's so heartwarming to see na may sense of normalcy na tayo. And you actually listed that down as one of your key highlights. Not just for the community, but for the country in general. Just how important was it for you personally na nakita mo to and you were a big part of it?
Yeah, I just want to use the word used by our president, Father Manny, the word harbinger.
Harbinger ba? Harbinger?
Harbinger pala. So parang bang, it's not just about sports. Parang having this kind of UAP full scale ng season, parang it's a sign to the community that we are recovering from the pandemic. Parang the determination, something. It's not only in terms of sports, because alam naman, parang we are back into business.
Yeah.
The economic recovery, the entertainment, the people being gathered together. Parang having that kind sa UAP, parang nagiging sense yan, not only for the UAP schools, but for the whole community na. So, we are back to normal.
Right.
Grabe. And of course, we're wrapping up season 85 here. And for the first time in 2 years, gentlemen, you're going to have a break. You're going to have a break of a couple of months because the gap between this season and last season was very short because of the pandemic.
Yep.
Again, unprecedented 2 seasons in a single calendar year. Edie, How are you spending the break, Father? How are you spending the break?
Ito lang, sa last Sunday, I walked sa Luneta. Sabi ko, this is the only Sunday this year na naglakad ako sa Luneta. Kasi most of my Sundays ay nasa tournament.
Nasa venues.
Kaya last Sunday, sabi ko, uy, tapos na palang UAP. So that's the sign for me.
And of course, Edie, big plans for next year?
May ako naman still suffering from withdrawal. Parang wala na kaming gagawin. Nakaka-shock eh. Oo. Of course, yeah, a lot of work will be done in the UAP off-season.
Yeah.
Ganda nung team, dapat sikreto eh. But basically, it's kung ano yung nasimulan, we rose as one, medyo sisindihan pa ng susunod na host.
May clues doon.
Wala. So may clues na lang muna. Ayoko sa akin manggaling.
Gentlemen, again, we really appreciate the both of you and thank you very much for a successful return from the pandemic. Full season ng
Right.
UAP. We cannot wait to see how the both of you can help build on it next season. Maraming salamat.
Yep, thank you so much.